Okay, so good evening, everyone. My name is Patricia Taylor. I'm a Commercial Litigation Associate with Daly Piper, and I'm the current Vice President of the Scottish Young Lawyers Association. I'm absolutely delighted to welcome you to tonight's event. Thank you so much for joining us for the next instalment of the SYLA's very widely attended So You Want to Be series, where tonight we'll be lending our focus to the promotion process, specifically being promoted to associate. We're joined by an expert panel of speakers who will explore the respective journeys to associate, the process they followed, the standards and milestones required to be met in advance of promotion, their additional responsibilities and the benefits of becoming an associate. And we'll also explore the promotion process from the perspective of HR too. So we're pleased to welcome Chiara Pieri, who is a contentious construction associate at Shepherd and Wedderburn and the current SYLA past president, Agni Zasanat, who is an IPTC associate at McRoberts, and Anna Clark, who is a HR business partner with Furness Hall. Chiara raised a really good point with us before we let everyone in from the waiting room. So just for the avoidance of doubt, tonight's event is going to look at being promoted to associate and the sort of firms that will follow a promotion, a set promotion associate. I'm losing my words here. A set promotion process to associate, rather than, for example, at my firm, DLA, anyone from NQ level and above is termed an associate. So there's not actually a promotion process for us there that kind of starts at senior associate level. So it was just to clarify if anyone is in the audience and you know, duck out now basically if this is not the process is followed at your firm. So to kick off tonight's discussion, I would firstly invite our speakers to tell us a little bit more about themselves and their careers to date. So Chiara, I'll come to you first.
Thanks, Pat. Well, hello everyone. My name's Chiara, as Patricia said. I'm an associate in the contentious construction team at Shepherd and Wedderburn. I am 4 years qualified, and when I joined Shepherd and Wedderburn, I was a newly qualified solicitor. I actually trained at Digby Brown Solicitors, so I started my legal career as a personal injury litigation lawyer. And after my traineeship ended, I decided to change areas and went on to Shepherd and Wedderburn into the construction disputes team. I'm also English qualified. I completed my English exams last year, so became English qualified last year. So most of my clients are large construction companies who are, you know, based throughout the UK. So I do work for Scottish and English clients. I guess day to day, I essentially resolve or try to resolve construction disputes across all forms of dispute resolution. So whether that's, you know, court session, litigation, or a mediation, adjudication, all of the above. I spent a year on secondment to a client who's a major utility provider, so I've worked in-house before as well, and I became an associate in October last year, so I've been through the process fairly recently, kind of outside of work, but still work related. As Patricia said, I'm immediate past president of SYLA. I'm the Honorary Secretary and Treasurer of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, which is sort of construction connected, and I make appointments if anyone's looking for arbitrators or adjudicators to resolve their disputes. And more recently, I joined the National Association of Women in Construction. So that keeps me all very busy. But yes, as Patricia said, I am coming at it from a perspective of having been a solicitor and was promoted to associate. So hopefully I can give you all some insight into how that process works and how I went through the process. So I'll pass on to Agni.
Agni. Thanks, Chiara.
Thanks, Chiara. I think me and you have probably quite similar journeys. So I am also an associate at McRoberts in the intellectual property, technology and the commercial team. In terms of where I trained at Harper McLeod, and I was set to become a corporate lawyer. So I decided I wanted to do corporate, and then a year into that, decided that actually I don't want to be a corporate lawyer. I want to do something else. So I then switched into that kind of intellectual property field and more commercial contracts. So I joined McRoberts also towards the very end of my NQ stage. I think it was a couple of months before I became 1 year PQE, and I got promoted to an associate last year in September. So also went through the process fairly recently. And in terms of my role in IPTC, I usually advise clients in relation to protection, enforcement, licensing of their IP, as well as commercial contracts. So if any clients want to enter into a contract, whether that could be distribution, food and drink, manufacturing, things like this, as well as technology contracts. So you might have software licenses, software development agreements, and loads of stuff in the middle as well, like a little bit of charities work. Because of my corporate experience, I'm actually able to advise charity clients quite a lot. In terms of extracurricular, I'm also on the board of Clydesdale Housing Association. So just meet up and help with the kind of strategic direction of the housing association in terms of net zero and the focus of providing affordable homes to the local area in Clydesdale. That's probably the main thing, as well as I do a little bit of mentoring near Bella Houston Academy in Glasgow. And I'll leave that as the key summary.
Thank you so much, Agni. So basically what you and Chiara are saying is you have loads of free time and you're not spinning any plates. Anna, I'll pass over to you now.
Thank you. I guess I'm coming at this from a slightly different angle, being in HR. But I started off with a law firm called McFarlane's down in London. I worked in their graduate recruitment and development team for their trainee solicitors for just over 3 years. I then moved back to Glasgow at the end of 2019 and joined Burness Paul as an HR business partner, looking after quite a few of our teams. In 2021, I did this role alongside managing our firm-wide recruitment, and now look after quite a few different teams again as an HR business partner. So I guess my input on this is from an external recruitment point as well as internal promotions. I manage that process for our firm currently, so hopefully have some helpful tips to share.
Thank you so much, Anna. I'm sure you absolutely will. So in the interest of setting the scene of the associate process, I'd be grateful to understand what that process entailed at your respective firms. So for example, was the matter raised with you, becoming an associate, was that raised with you during meeting with your supervisor, or was it something that you put yourself forward for? At what stage of PQE did you start to consider undertaking the process? Did you have to complete an interview, that sort of thing? So Agni, could I come to you first, please?
Yep, absolutely. So in terms of the process, probably the first time promotions we started talking about was pretty much my first appraisal. So when I joined McRoberts, I had a kind of mini appraisal, which was 3 months in, and then the proper process, I think I fell about 2 months after that. So I got 2 appraisals in a year, which was quite helpful. And it was raised by my supervisor at the time, simply just a note to say, have a look at the criteria for promotions and see how you can put your best foot forward going forward into the next year, to make sure that you can, show really good evidence for any promotions. So my first promotion was at 2 years PQE, which was to senior solicitor, and then last year to an associate. And again, at the senior solicitor stage, my supervisor said at the time, okay, congratulations on your promotion, but let's look forward, therefore have a look at the criteria for being promoted to an associate and see how you can start develop your skills in that particular area. So it was definitely very supported from kind of top-down perspective. And in terms of beginning to work for it, probably was kind of that senior solicitor stage when I started looking at the criteria and figuring out, well, actually quite a few of these I'm already doing, but I'm maybe not recording it appropriately, so then I can't evidence it. But it gave me a good year to then put that forward. And then in terms of the actual process, it was an application form that I needed to fill out and meet very specific criteria that was set out in the application form, covering things like your financial performance, your business development, and your other contributions to the firm in terms of training and development of junior lawyers. And there was no interview. It was simply supporting confirmation from the other partners within the practice group area. So I needed the support of all 3 partners to put forward my application.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Could I just ask everyone to make sure that they're on mute? I think we're getting a little bit of feedback from someone who's not on the panel. Thank you.